Thank you so much for stopping in. This morning when I woke up, the first thoughts that came into my head were I was recalling past channelings that said people will begin to face the same direction. I'm not really sure. Um, I wasn't sure what that meant. Now, um, as in the past few channelings, this was done in April of this year. And this was early April. I woke up. My first thoughts was, I remember, there was people will begin to face the same direction. So I thought, what does that mean? This is the channeling I have for you today. The energetics being offered are aligning people to agree and not battle. It is a great challenge. It is what you go through in a transition that moves to transformation. We are telling you what to expect. So then um, I've been thinking we have been getting spiritual advice and messages to help us with our path from you, from my universal energy team. That presumption is, I'm beginning to think some of the information, some of the messages are definitely predictions. So I'm telling them, seems like what you've been giving us, yes, you're giving us spiritual advice, you're giving us messages about our path. And I'm starting to think they're predictions. Because when I started receiving the crumbling series, it was concerning. Now we're seeing it. We've been seeing it for a while. When we were um, right now, we're receiving different levels of future proofing. I'm not in the messaging of proving it. I'm proving anything. But as you look back in the channelings, that we are getting some predictions. Some of the channelings were talking about the mechanical versus the quantum. And those mechanics were relating to energy and how it will be used in the future. They told us about that. Some of you are aligning with doing this, and eventually we will see or have proof that it really is happening. Something is going on right now, and it is hard to put your finger on. But when you listen to the information that we are being given from the Universal Energy Team, we are being they're telling us what we're going to start seeing. And then also the other thing that just came to my mind is I also had that group regression a couple of years ago now, when the transformation adjustments have already happened, because you take them out 200, 300, 500 years, something like that. But the life experiences were similar to how we see things right now. There were still families, there were still homes, there was still, you could still move around in a vehicle, although in their case, it was not fossil fuel type image movement. Um, but, and then one of the previous uh, uh, channeling said that people are not going to be eliminated. So that did kind of, now that I'm thinking of that, that did kind of confirm that when they said people aren't going to be gone, that the group of people who did that regression, they saw the same thing at that time. And then, the trio is giving us some important information also about portals and vortexes. There's a lot of things going on. We're learning how better to navigate the changes with what they're telling us. We do have some obstacles, but overall, our universal energy team is telling us what to expect. And you can call that prediction because a lot of the things have come around just by me allowing the universal energy team to channel messages for you. The messages that we are getting, are very, very valuable. And they should not be taken lightly. They should be thought through. You should listen to them in a thoughtful way, not necessarily in the view of what's happening right now, but what's happening in the bigger picture, like just beyond the horizon. It's just beyond what we can see. It's not way off in the future. It's not hundreds of years. Well, some is, but we feel the beneficial effect right now through everything that's happening. We have to remember that. Well, we also live our everyday life. But by hearing these messages, we have confidence that the energetics of our world continue to be benevolent and continue to get better for us. We feel it. It gets better and better for everybody. All people all over are starting to beginning to facing the same direction is really important. Not to be in the same mindset, but to face in the same the direction for benevolent change. That's a good thing. So this was a very short channeling, but the message was whole, that we are beginning to face in the same direction so that we align without battling, without being in disagreement with everything, without challenging everybody, just being in the same direction, doing our own individual life plan, soul growth. And I think for now, that's a good thing. Please, if you haven't yet scheduled your sound, color, voice session, please contact me at theunlikelychanneler@gmail.com. It's really important that you know where your physical body energy vibrational basis is right now. If I don't tell you, everybody, I'm sure everybody else is already talking about it, but if I don't tell you, someone else will. I have found a really nice, great program that I really like. It will benefit you. It doesn't cost much, and it will really help show you where your balance is. And that's really, really important right now. Send me an email at theunlikelychanneler@gmail.com. We'll take it from there. And in the meantime, please stay tuned, because there is a lot more to come.